What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Art Shack. I hope you're all enjoying the warm weather outside. It's getting quite toasty up here in New Jersey, so I figured what a great time to draw a nice picture of the ocean. All of my Facebook fans out there got a real nice early sneak peek for what this picture had to offer, and they all had a really good positive reaction to it. And for those of you that are not yet following me on Facebook, why not? I'm always posting up pictures, status updates, and I'm just really updating you on what I'm working on next. Alright, so let's get back to the drawing. So the sky I did in this one was very simple. I just went in with a basic HB pencil and then erased out the clouds, and I just wanted to make it very basic, simple. I didn't want the sky to be the attention stealer of this one. And then I also made a simple horizon line with some water coming in. I just did that with a regular 2B pencil, made some horizontal strokes coming in. Nothing too fancy. I wanted to keep everything for the large wave I was going to be drawing. I wanted that to be the center of attention and that to have the most detail in the end. So as for the large wave I have here, I just have a large arc, and then hopefully in the drawing you can see a very slight sketch or scribble. I'm going to have a portion of this wave crashing over, and as you can see here, I am starting to put in some of those lines suggesting the movement of the wave. Having lines flowing in the direction of the wave really helps to show the shape and the movement of it. If I were to draw those lines going in another direction, it would take away from what I was trying to accomplish with the movement and flow of the wave. I started this main wave section very light. I was kind of surprised with myself with how light I was actually drawing. I was mostly doing this work with an HB pencil, and I ended up doing a lot of layering. You're going to see me constantly go back and forth between pencil and blending stump. I constantly blended out what I did. I really wanted to make a lot of layers and add a lot of depth to this. And one way to add, quite a bit of layers within a pencil drawing is you want to blend everything out, then add more detail, blend it out again, and then add a little more detail. All those layers are going to show, and then it's going to make your final drawing look very, very dynamic. It's a pretty cool effect. Take note how I left the top of the wave section as well as the wave that is crashing over. I left all that white. That is all going to be foam that's spraying back. Also, another element I'm going to have in this is a lot of wind. I'm having a lot of wind blowing at the wave, so to portray that, I'm having all the mist from the wave blowing up and back. In a big arc. You're going to see me doing that in a little bit later. For the shadowed section in the foamy areas of the wave, all I did was take my dirty blending stump and just take some of that excess graphite that was on it and just rub it off onto this wider section of the wave. And then I take the eraser, erase some parts out, but when I erase them out, I always erase them up and back, just to kind of keep the movement of the wind and the air in mind. I want to have all this foam and mist blowing backwards. It's going to help to convey the movement and the flow of this in the end. And it's just always good to keep in mind what sort of interaction the environment is having within your objects that you're drawing. For a large portion of this drawing, you're going to really see me constantly go back and forth between different pencils as well as blending stumps. Like I said before, I was making a lot of layering in this, and I'm also working up tones. I realized pretty quickly that in order to make all that foam and mist really pop out and be an essential element of this drawing, I was going to have to make that wave section a lot darker. And I also realized midway through, you kind of saw me going back into the sky a little bit, and then it cut. I lost a little bit of footage, but I didn't lose a lot. But all I did during that was darkening the sky a little bit more to make that mist and foam show up a lot more. As the drawing progressed, I did much less blending and I did a lot more fine pencil work. I went in with about a 4B pencil was the darkest I used, and I really darkened up the wave just underneath the foam, just to really show that the wave up there is nice and thick and heavy, and also that the sun was not shining on that section as well. So I wanted to make it nice and dark just to really show that the wave was really curling over. And I did a lot of this with fine pencil work. I wanted to show quite a bit of detail within this as well. And all this main wave section needs now is just a few more line details, and then I finish that up and go on to the bottom section of the drawing, which is also a smaller wave as well as some foam. I also did the same thing as before with the foam. I added the dirty blending stump to the equation and just used that and used the excess and just used that to make the shadows. I also did add in a bit more with an HB pencil to make it a bit darker. And here you can see I'm adding in the smaller wave section. I had a little bit of trouble with how to angle this one, and I ended up making it look like it was, you know, in the same direction as the other wave, but it took me a little bit of time to really get that shape to work out. This smaller wave took on a very similar role to the way I did the larger wave, as to where I added in some detail, completely blended it out, and then added in some more detail, fine-tuning all the dark lines just to show the movement and the flow of the wave. And then I also again left the top portion of the wave white just so that I can add foam to that area easily without having to erase a whole lot of graphite. And the final touches to this video was to add in some more foam detail as well as some final line work to the waves, and we have a completed drawing. I hope you all enjoyed this one as much as I did. I had a real blast drawing this one. I had a great time doing it. And if you guys did enjoy this one, please give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to see a lot more of my videos, please subscribe. I have a lot more content to come. If any of you have any suggestions for future drawing tutorials, please feel free to leave them in a comment below, and I'll see you all later. Take care.